On a sunny day in Florida, a family-owned company faced a shocking discovery. After noticing a shortage in their finances, they conducted a thorough audit and discovered a startling truth. A manager and trusted member of their family was accused of stealing over $50,000 from the company.
I'm going to go through this real quick with you here. This is what I have so far.
Okay.
Looks like I've got a log here of some stuff here.
Yeah, that was her mileage log because she was authorized to give herself reimbursements for her mileage. I think it was like 57 cents per mile if she had to run to the bank or things like that. But the reason I included that is because she was giving herself a lot more than just what she was authorized to give.
Okay.
So that's why I included that.
And then I have copies of looks like some bank statements.
Those look like her paycheck stubs, a year's worth of paycheck stubs, because she was doing some theft through there also. It seems, you can see a pattern. It seems like we started out okay at the beginning of the year. And then she started doing some payroll theft where she was running extra hours or she was giving herself a lot of reimbursements. She even piddled around with some bonuses. Like she was just cushioning her paychecks a lot and it was very consistent.
Is it okay if I sit down?
Yes, please sit down. So it was very consistent.
After an investigation, it was revealed that she had been giving herself unauthorized bonuses, stealing from payroll, and even making payments to her personal credit card.
I got.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, since I have you both here, I'm going to swear you both in. You want to raise your right hands. You solemnly swear in front of the statement about to give you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, she started when?
February 10th, 2020.
And what was her position?
Bookkeeper, clerical,
Kind of
office,
assistant.
office, yeah.
How much do we think at this point is at a loss because of her theft or her unlawful activities?
Okay, so we were.
And when did it start from? When did it end?
So, she started stealing through payroll. I want to say that was maybe June of 2022.
Okay.
And you have a year's worth of paycheck stubs. So when you get a chance, you can go through and see.
June 22, that's 2020?
2022.
2022. Okay.
December?
Yeah.
And I don't remember the total on that because that's
So she started out okay.
she started out fine.
She's a family member.
She's a family member. Okay. She's your cousin.
So we had a lot of trust in her. She started out fine. Things in her life started changing.
Cute children?
She has adult children.
Adult children.
Adult children. Does she have a narcotic issue?
She did in the
She's in
past,
recovery.
but she had been in recovery for a really long time. But her trends and everything I've seen really looks like a drug problem. But I almost feel like it was just an addiction to the stealing.
Maybe it's because she can't afford her rent or her mortgage or her car payments or her bills.
The job that she had here was the best that she'd ever done financially. She was able to build credit. She was able to purchase a house. She had a lot of stability that she had never had before. But in her personal life, she got into a relationship. She started dating a woman and she had not dated for a really long time. And the woman was younger than her. And I think she tried to provide a certain lifestyle or it appeared to have a certain lifestyle.
With the person she was.
Yeah, because you can see the trend of when she started dating that woman to when the theft started and when everything at work started to change. She started having a lot of anxiety and she had to start leaving a lot. She started having medical problems. That went on for a while until we finally noticed in December the credit card theft. And that's a big number. That's like $37,000.
And when did you first? How did you discover that? Going through your books, going through your ledgers, going through.
Yes,
We just noticed that the account was getting low in an area where it never goes down to.
So he mentioned it to me that his account was looking a little low, and so I logged into his bank account and looked, and I right away saw a payment. It said Capital One, and it was very strange. And so I started questioning him. I'm like, did you give her permission to make one of her personal credit card payments? And he said, no, absolutely not. So he called her. She happened to be out on vacation. It was like Christmas week. And she was like, I don't know what that is, Dwayne. I'll look into it when I get back to the office or something like that. And then we came to the office that day, and I just happened to type her personal name into our bank account where you can do a search, and that's when multiple transactions popped up for 3 different credit cards.
We can do.
The only thing that's hard for me to determine is her overtime pay for the year. She gave herself $11,058 in overtime pay for the year.
Ooh.
There could have been a little bit of overtime pay for the year. She was responsible for tracking her own hours. She didn't clock in. It was just like an honor system. So I don't know how much of that is theft. So that's going to be where we're going to
Have a little.
we're going to have probably a little bit of an issue with that. The person that replaced her works about 32 hours a week efficiently. She's paying herself 50 to 52 hours every week consistently for the whole last half of the year. I understand there's not a lot we can do about that.
Yeah, I think the payroll part's going to be a wash.
I don't know if it's going to be a wash.
But it's going to help show the trend when it started, like where she was doing the payroll theft, and then when my daughter came in to do payroll, she couldn't steal payroll. She couldn't do the payroll theft anymore, and then she moved into the stealing from the credit cards.
Okay.
And you can see
that
those,
we can
you can
prove.
see your dates clearly from the time
So.
you can see that when she was stealing through payroll, the date our daughter started, which was like mid-October, payroll theft immediately stops, credit card theft immediately starts until the day we catch it.
So why do you think she went to that? Do you think she used? They're going to notice this. I'm going to switch to another method here. Is that why?
She didn't have control over
She didn't have
payroll
control over
anymore?
payroll. She knew somebody would be seeing that. She would have to turn her hours into somebody, and somebody else would be doing that for her.
Okay.
So we trusted her to just do her own hours and be honest about it and pay herself accordingly. But then somebody else took over that job.
And then again, what do we think the overall amount is here that you were temporarily deprived of?
I had an estimate of like $52,000 between payroll and credit card.
Okay. So you did mention to Officer Taylor that she did openly admit doing this?
Well, we had an audio of her admitting that we shared with Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can't use that like in court or
Unfortunately, that
anything.
can't be used because
But we asked her, we have some things to talk to you about. Please meet us at the office. She showed up at the office that morning crying, turned over her computer, and sat here and admitted all the credit card theft.
Okay. Chances are she's going to admit to it. But there may I want a lawyer, and won't say a thing. And she has that right. She has the right to stay silent. She has the right to a lawyer.
The thing is, she's working for somebody else now. We heard she has a job somewhere else. Like, is she going to do this to her next employer? Like, that's the reason why we decided to.
She has a problem.
Hey,
Something is going on.
Yeah.
call.
So I don't mind.
Okay.
Little rinky-dink thing with the
That was a long time ago.
tiny top floor. Yeah,
Again, I want to
that
thank
one.
you for coming in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a seat in that black chair there. We're going to close the door.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to thank you for coming in, Miss Keating. You're not under arrest. You're not going to jail. But for your information, I just need to inform you some rights, okay? So, just because you are being investigated on a concern. All right. Again, I'm a retired detective. I'm Holly Hill. I keep saying detective, but I'm Officer Trevor of the Bunnell PD now, and I want to inform you of your rights. Again, you're not under arrest. We're not going to. You're going to go home tonight.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I want to thank you for coming in, Miss Keating. You're not under arrest. You're not going to jail. But for your information, I just need to inform you some rights, okay? So, just because you are being investigated on a concern. All right. Again, I'm a retired detective. I'm Holly Hill. I keep saying detective, but I'm Officer Trevor of the Bunnell PD now, and I want to inform you of your rights. Again, you're not under arrest. We're not going to. You're going to go home tonight. All right. First of all, I want you to go ahead and raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the statement you come in about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney or have him or with you now or any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one may be appointed to represent you. If any time you were stopped talking or have an attorney present, all questions be stopped at your request. You understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you okay? Talk to me.
Actually, no, because I'm not exactly 100% sure what this is. I know when you asked me on the phone yesterday, I was just walking out of work and there was a couple other people following out the door, and I wasn't getting into it.
Okay.
But I did call. We have a hotline at work, and I called, and they advised me not to answer any questions, find out what it actually was about, and then contact them again, so that if I do need an attorney, they know how to, best assign which way to go, what I need, and who to, give me.
Okay. So you choose not to talk.
Correct.
All right. Well, I can't really share much more.
Okay.
All right. I will tell you this. It is a criminal investigation. I already know what happened. I already know about the credit cards that you paid off.
Okay, then I know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know how to advise the attorneys.
And it's more payroll,
Okay.
commissions, bonuses, stuff like that. So, all right. So I am not going to take any to do further on that. But
That helps me to know what to tell them.
but I have your phone number. So
Yes, sir.
if there's anything that we need to reach out to you for,
Yes, sir.
will you respond back?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they told me definitely show up because that, I gave my word that I would be here and that I needed to show up.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, what we try to do in a case like this, we try to get your side of the story because
Yes, sir.
all I have is their side of the story. Now, they've been told not to reach out to you. They've been told, and I'm asking you not to reach out to them.
Yes,
right
sir.
now, it's a criminal investigation, so
Okay.
that's what's going there. And I don't know if you have any questions for me.
No, sir.
It's an ongoing case. I just, again, it's not looking really good for you. That's why I want to talk to you. I want to feel what was behind it and everything else. But again, I can't compel you to speak, and I told you, you're free to leave, you're free to not speak, you're free to get a lawyer and everything else. Anything else?
The suspect refused to answer any questions and opted to try her luck in court after stealing over $50,000 from her father's company. Ultimately, she was found guilty and received a 24-month jail sentence. Do you think her sentence was fair?